to get your story out. And it's always an audience. It's a million stories in the neck of cities, but it's always an audience for your story.
So what about overseas, internationally?
Well, internationally, I mean, that's where your ebooks come in, and then you would also can connect with people and get consignments deals. But it's harder to trace your money if you got a consignment deal in London, unless they're gonna buy 50 books at a time, and buy them for, instead of you getting $8, they're gonna buy them for $4. They just gonna cash you out. So I mean, the market is there. I mean, like, I don't have a distributor, but I can get one. But dealing with a distributor, then you got to deal with somebody that you done send 100 books to. You got to call them every day, and they can lie to you and say they ain't sold them 100 books. You understand what I'm saying? I distribute my own books. I have friends like Miss Karen and Mr. Mika. I come and get them a certain amount. That's like family. So I'm distributing my own. I got a dude in New York. There's a couple of Holloway House and Triple Crime. I could send my books there. Send them 50 books. But they could call me and say, Fleet, we ain't sold none, man. They done sold all my books. And I had to go to New York. Man, where my books at? Then you know what I'm saying? I done spent more money with a lawyer, more money traveling, trying to find out about my 50 books that I was going to make off of 50 books.
So what's the difference in a book and an e-book?
An e-book is an electronic book. An e-book is a book that's not printed up. An e-book is a book that they can download to their iPad, to their phone, or whatever. All you need for an e-book is the cover and your manuscript. And y'all can check out smashword.com. SMASHWORDS.com. That's what mine is. And they got all you gotta do is put in ebook stores. Or Google that ebook store, and a lot of them will pop up. That's the most inexpensive way. Ebooks went out really when I wrote this, but when I wrote this, I put it up as an ebook first. It was up as an ebook 3 or 4 months before I even printed it up. I ain't even checked the money yet.
What was that last website? Smash what?
Smashwords.com.
Smashword, W-O-R-D?
SMASHWORDS.com. Yeah, I ain't even checked the money yet. I ain't tripping. I'm going to check it because I'm getting money off the print, so I might check it. It might be a trip to Hawaii in there. I'm hoping to Jamaica or something, maybe more. So I'm just hoping, you feel me? I'm just hoping. Because a lot of you, I'm telling you, a lot of people be on that Kindle. And then another thing that I want to share with you, you have to understand who your audience is and who reads books. That's why I made the mistake with this. I tried to sell it to rappers. Because it was about hip-hop. And rappers don't read no books unless it was Tupac or someone, or Common Sense, Chuck D or somebody. You feel me? So I had to kick back. And this time, I seen people on the bar. They got downtime. That's who read books, when they got downtime. And most of the people who read books is women. Like you said, that's the #1 consumer. Especially if it's not a book, like a to-do book. Like how to fix something. Most books, like on education or something like that, that's just what it is, brothers. They read by women. On most of all my social networks, 95% of my friends on my social networks are women. I treat them all as sisters and queens. I don't flirt with them and all that stuff because I'm not there for that. I tell them I appreciate them, the essence of a woman, things of that nature. But
I've heard hip-hop tried to kill me a lot in the last year or so. I hear that phrase a lot. How long has that been? You published that?
I published this in 2008. I mean, God gave me this title because the music business is a pimp and pandering business. People, dreams turn into their nightmares real quick. I just watched a song last night about one of my favorite singers, Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. If you know, there's a lot of singers, not to get off the subject, but a lot of singers go running back to gospel because the church is where they usually started at. The devil was the chief musician in heaven. That's why scary movies started. And gospel music started. It's uplifting.
Well, we lost one to today.
So, you know,
I'm gonna ask for something down.
and that's what you gotta try to do when you come up with your title. Is have your title where you can be on a soapbox with your title. Your title must stop people, because your book is only a can of soup at the grocery store. And you know how you walking down the aisle, you gonna get this Campbell's, or you feel me? That's how you gotta look at what's gonna make that person say, oh, wait a minute. And what I've just noticed in the last 2 weeks, my boy who do my covers, I said, man, damn, you got all my books looking black. See how these are looking dark? So I just told him the other day, man, I said, man, I want my background to be a little lighter more. Because I went to the bookstore the other day and wasn't none of them, even though that made my book stand out. Like if it's like right here or something, it stands out because it's two light ones and a dark one. I don't know. I want to try something. Something that I noticed. You see what I'm saying? Both of my books is black. I'm black, but you know what I mean? I got on black, but damn, you know what I mean? So,
change it up.
Yes, ma'am, change it up. Please give me some more questions. I'm talking too much.
Well,
yes, sir.
I just want to say, you know, you did a pretty good job because, you know, I read that it was Munster. You know, they did a pretty good job on it. But for me, the positive, add the positive to what, you know, you always say positive. You know, every time I see you, you know, when you call, when you text me, I say, yeah, I'll be there, brother. I'm going to give you my support. You know, because by what you're doing, I don't know if people tell you this, but what you're doing and your energy is positive. So there's a lot of people feed off that when they see you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm encouraged to keep doing it.
Thank you, man. It means a lot. You know, I just tell you, bro, you know, like I just told y'all about my big partner, got $107 million. Been in jail 25 years. He got to share a cell with a man. You know, I got a zip on my stomach. They hit me in my back 9 times when I was going to college in Minnesota. You know, I've been on both sides of the drug game. You know, I've been an alcoholic. You know, so I go to sleep early and wake up early. You know, I'm appreciative of every moment, every day I see it. It's my job to tell my story with the word. Tell the world why I am who I am. That's because of God. Just that simple. I don't know what no other. And I tell people all the time, I want what money can't buy. And that's God's approval with my life, peace of mind. I've been Negro rich 3 times. I'm 17 years old, had an $80,000 house, $15,000, 1979. Dopest car in the whole city. Every girl in the town was telling me I was cute and pretty. You know, had 1 million friends. You know, but I was paranoid, depressed, drunk all the time. So this is my purpose, and it feels good to know why God saved me. So that's why I got y'all emails, because anything I can do for you, I'm here. I just want to see you shine. I want to see your story in print. I appreciate you saying it. Yes, sir.
Brother Fleetwood, just to echo what this brother said, man, I'm extremely proud of you, first of all, for coming from where you came from. And I've known you a little while now and seeing where you are.
Yes, sir.
And your generous spirit and willing to share. My question is, how can we, people like me and other folk here, get you into the churches, the schools, places, particularly where our young folk and old folk are, to not only share your triumph, but to share this wisdom and knowledge you're kicking? Because, you know, too many times in the black community, we pay Susan Taylor $50,000 to tell us how she did Essence. I don't want to hear that. And the youngsters, especially the ones I work with and the ones you work with, they need to hear from brothers like you. So my long-winded question, how can we get you into more vehicles and venues so the masses can hear your message?
Well, all I ask of, you know, I get a game away for free, Mr. Lacy. You know, I love you like a fat kid love cake. You know? So, I mean, just set the date up, give me 2 weeks, I'm there. And, you know, it'll be appreciative because the revolution got to be funded, but it'll be appreciative if they could order, you know, 10, 15, 20 books. I mean, ever students that was going to be there, they could order, you know, 10 or 15 books. That'll be appreciative, but if they can't afford it, I come for free. I ain't tripping. God going to pay me. So just let me know where you need me at. When you need me, I'm there, man. You know how we do it, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure to measure treasure. Always. Mr. Lacey, if y'all don't know, is a very inquisitive, intelligent, spiritual brother that's been through a lot in his life. This is one of the reasons that I be on K-Pool so much, because of brothers like that. So that's a person that y'all need to know. When y'all get ready to get y'all book out, y'all holler at Mr. Lacey. He'll tell you, come on down, tell your story. Right there.
89.5.
89.5. So, see, brothers like that, Donald Lacey, that's the one and only. Real famous. So that's what I'm saying. People like that will feel your passion and they'll get behind you.
Word of mouth, huh?
Word of mouth. People like that. And it's a whole lot of people like that.
And to underscore my last question, not to be, but
Yes, sir.
in this war we in our community, particularly with our young people, see, people like you is the solution. Because these youngsters, you done been, it ain't nothing these youngsters out here on Fillmore doing now that you don't know. We need to give you the backing, because you can reach these youngsters. You can, I mean, I can to a degree too, you know,
Yes, sir.
but I'll get into my back history.
Yes,
But
sir.
the problem is, I see too many, we go for the corporate types who these youngsters tune off like that. And we need to get brothers like you, so to let these youngsters know, look, not only did I do it, but look at where I'm at now. Because again, it ain't where you started, it's where you finished. You ain't nowhere near finished. But I can just see, man, this is, and the fact that you encourage and reading, like you said, these youngsters don't read. They need to learn the importance of picking up these books and writing and all that. And man, it's a powerful platform, and you just have my full support. That's
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, you know, Mr. Lacey, like I tell all the youth, itemize the devil's workshop. That's why a lot of them get in trouble. That's why I used to get in trouble. But a book will take you away like Calgon. You know, it's a shame that a lot of our youth wait till they get to juvenile hall or prison to read. You can be in deep East Oakland with the most craziest thing outside your home. But if you pick up the right book, you can be in France, you can be in South of Houston, you can be in 1843 with Harriet Tubman on that Underground Railroad, learning about who you is. So that's what I encourage. Blood Test is a love story that's based on peer pressure and a family full of hustles. And y'all see I just spit that out? I always have that in line. Every time they ask me, what on Curly's hair down the street. It's a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You need to develop that when you write your book. That's your spiel line. Okay, Blood Test is a love story based on peer pressure in a family full of hustlers. Okay, so what I mean by that, a youngster grew up in a drug family in Oakland, one of the biggest drug families. At the end, I'm gonna tell you at the end what happened. At the end, the dude who killed his mama and killed his girl, they bring him to him in a trunk. They find him. They bring him to him in a trunk. And Deshaun is stuck with this decision of his life. Should he kill his dude, or should he back up and square up? So that's why I titled the book Blood Test, because it's a test of his bloodline. It's based on peer pressure. Now, a little something happens at the end. I can't tell y'all the end because you never read it. But that's why it's called Blood Test. And the reason I twisted the title, because I wanted people to say Blood Test. Oh, that must be one of the Marvin. That's who the baby daddy. You feel me? So that's why I did it like Blood Test instead of saying Bloodline or look. At first I had called it Look What I Inherited, but I said that's too long. I need something to just grab them. So I said Blood Test.
And Blood Fest would sound Asian. Chocolate Chinese.
Yeah, so that's what Blood Test is. And then see what I did also, I left it at an angle where I could go into schools, where it could be a tool for teaching. Also, even though it's gangster, it's an educational tool. This is Fleetwood, author of Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, author of Blood Test. If you need to reach me, go to Fleetwood. That's FLEETWOOD_189 Once again, Fleetwood, FLEETWOOD_189 Anything I can do for you, I will be there. Keep God close to you, and what you want won't be far from you. True story.